Hey guys, what is up? Henry here from the Taylor Show, and today we're discussing one of my favorite topics, the presidents. You may know a lot about the presidents, you may know a little. Sure, everyone's heard of Obama, but what about Franklin Pierce? Today, we're going down 5 presidents most people don't know about. Let's get right into it. Number 5, Warren Harding. Harding was once a senator from Ohio. A dark horse in the presidential race, he ran for the Republican Party and promised to return to normalcy post-World War I. He won the election of 1920 in a landslide. The Washington Naval Conference and the release of political prisoners happened during his presidency, but his legacy is now mostly focused on a scandal known as the Teapot Dome. And it was a corruption scandal, and it implicated multiple members of his own party and multiple members of his administration. But months before official hearings into the scandal began, Harding died of a heart attack. However, if he was still alive, he probably would have been impeached and removed. The scandal implicated his Interior Secretary, Albert Fall, who was convicted of bribery and conspiracy. Number 4, John Tyler. His accidency. Well, why was he an accident? He was never supposed to be president. The governor of the southern state of Virginia, Tyler was chosen to be the Whig candidate for vice president in order to balance the ticket and gain southern votes for the Whigs. William Henry Harrison was elected president, but he died 3 days into office. We'll get to him later. Despite some foreign policy accomplishments, Tyler refused to pass legislation the Whigs wanted, citing his Southern Democratic background. So the Whigs kicked him out of the party, and the Democrats didn't want him either. They didn't trust him. So Tyler was left without a party for the remainder of his term, and he couldn't seek re-election because there was no party to seek re-election with. And to top it all off, he died a member of the Confederacy. What a way to go. Number 3, Zachary Taylor. He was a military leader in the Mexican-American War, and that's why the Whigs chose him to be their candidate. He was a popular military leader. Taylor was president when the Clayton-Bulwer Treaty was created, which basically said the US and UK would not invade any Central American countries. Then, only 16 months into office, Taylor ate some cherries.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no.
It was July 4th, 1850, and Taylor was hungry while fundraising for the Washington Monument. He reportedly ate an absurd amount of cherries and iced milk, and soon developed a stomach disease. He died 5 days later. Some say it was the cherries, others say the cherries were poisoned. No one really knows why. His only real legacy was leaving his VP Millard Fillmore to deal with the issue of slavery and sign the Compromise of 1850, which opens a whole Pandora's box. But Taylor didn't do it, Millard Fillmore did it, so Taylor's got his hands clean. Number 2, William Henry Harrison, old Tippecanoe, the grandfather of Benjamin Harrison, and he was the president before John Tyler. Let's get into it. A senator from Ohio, the governor of Indiana, Harrison was also a famous war leader. He gained his nickname Old Tippecanoe after he defeated Tecumseh's Confederacy at their headquarters in Provincetown. In the election of 1840, he ran against Martin Van Ruin. His campaign was notable in that he was portrayed as a common man, and its use of a song, Tippecanoe and Tyler too. He was the first Whig to be elected president. He gave a lengthy inauguration speech in the dignified coat and died 30 days into office
from pneumonia.
His speech was the longest inauguration speech ever, but doing it in those conditions is not good for the body. Many believe the speech is what caused the illness. And while president, he refused political patronage as cabinet, but that's really it. Number 1, Franklin Pierce. Pierce was a senator from New Hampshire and chosen by the Democratic Party as a compromise candidate. He won the election in 1852 in a landslide. Shortly before his inauguration, Pierce lost his 11-year-old son in a train crash, casting a shadow over his first term in office. Pierce bought a tiny share of land from Mexico with the Gaston Purchase, and he also tried to buy Cuba from Spain. Now that Cuba part made him sound a little crazy to Northerners. He also signed the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which was to make the issue of slavery be decided by the people of Kansas and Nebraska. His presidency was ineffective and overshadowed by larger events in the era up to the Civil War. Bleeding Kansas, the result of the Kansas-Nebraska Act, was also largely under Buchanan, not Pierce. So there you have it, 5 presidents you might not have known about. Let me know if you knew about the presidents and if you knew everything I just said. See ya!